Welcome to the latest edition of the LL Spring Sports Roundtable from the big broadcast center, 101 North Queen, downtown Lancaster. Brought to you by Substitute Teacher Service. I'm Mike Gross, and seated to my right is the estimable Jeff Reinhardt.
I'll take that.
Who is going to tell us about, we're going to go through all spring sports. It's coming to the end of the regular season, the beginning of the postseason right now. And we have a couple of district champions to talk about in tennis.
Yep.
Rhines, regale us, please.
I will do my best. Heck of a boys tennis season. Seriously. I mean, LL is dominating here in everything.
And it's not an upset.
No, they're the favorites, and they're backing it up, and they're winning, and taking home gold from Hershey. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
District 3 singles finals. First up, AAA Cooper Lehman Hempfield defends his singles title. He's a sophomore. He beat Hayden Coons of Dallastown. Funky score, 1-6. So Coons jumps out, 6-1 in the first. Lehman comes back, wins 7-6 with an 8-6 tiebreaker in the second, and then wins 6-2 in the third to successfully defend his 3A singles championship. Good for Cooper Lehman. Double A, Niall Abadir. Have a career, my friend. Oh my goodness. He defends his AA title, beats Dylan Bonds from Twin Valley, 6-2, 6-3. Lehman and Abadir both repeat as District 3 Singles A champs. The doubles tournament's coming up next, but right now, as we sit here on Wednesday afternoon, the team finals are on deck. LL teams galore here, no surprise. AAA, Cedar Crest, 15-0. They'll play Dallastown. Wildcats are 16-2 for the 3A team title in Hershey. The third place match, Manheim Township, 12-3, takes on Cumberland Valley. Eagles are 16-1. Top three go to states. So Crest will go to states, win or lose, and Township will need to beat Cumberland Valley to get into states in AAA. The AA final, Lancaster Country Day, what a season. 16-0, this is a fun matchup. Cougars will face Conrad Weiser. Scouts are 18-0. So a couple of undefeateds clashing for the 2A team title. Third place match, another LL team here. Pequay Valley, 13-2, will play Hanover. Hawks are 12-3. Same thing, top three go to states. So Country Day will go, win or lose. Pequay Valley needs to beat Hanover to get in. Unbelievable tennis season for the LL crew. Still going. And then we have states a week or two out after that. We'll see who gets through and who wins some PIAA medals. That's boys tennis.
All right, I'm going to lead. Thank you, Ryan. I'm going to lead with track and field. We've been talking all spring about this dual meet between Cedar Crest and McCaskey.
The big one.
Well, it happened on Monday at McCaskey, and these are two really elite teams. And McCaskey girls might be as good a girls team as our league has ever seen, I think. And anyway, McCaskey girls win it 79-71.
Close.
Cedar Crest boys win it 84-65. Some interesting things happened here. Gabe Lewis, the sprinter for Cedar Crest, who has been the best boys sprinter in the league most of the year, he pulls up with a hamstring injury in the middle of the 100.
Ouch.
So they don't have his points in the 100, but they had three kids get their personal best in the triple jump.
Nice.
All three of their triple jumpers had personal best, and they got all the points in the triple jump. They got all the points in, a kid named Isaiah Gonzalez led the way there, and then they had a kid named Ethan Heisey in the hurdles who came up huge. They had a kid named TJ Sparks who won the 800. All of these were kind of swing points, and that went in Cedar Crest way. Gabe Lewis is going to miss the Lancaster Lebanon League meet, which is this weekend at Hempfield. He apparently talked to Rob Bear, their coach, yesterday. He will be ready to go for districts and states, but it's a little bit of it's not a tear or anything like that, but it is something to deal with. On the girls' side, huge day for these McCaskey relay teams that, again, we've been talking about all year. Milana Brewinger won the 1600, the 3200, and was part of two winning relay teams. She had a huge day.
It's a lot of points for one
McCaskey.
kid.
Now, here's another interesting thing about a Cedar Crest sprinter. Cadell Howard, this freshman that we've been talking about all spring, sprinter for Cedar Crest, she says to her coach on Monday, my hip's bothering me. I'm not right. Well, she ran an 11,700, which is freaky good. I mean, and she won the 100. But they kept her out of the 200 because of the injury.
Yeah.
If they run her in the 200 and she wins it, the math comes out, I think it would have been a 75-75 tie.
Wow.
And Cedar Crest would have won the meet by winning the most number of events.
How about that?
So there you go. But anyway, final standings in track. In the boys, Cedar Crest wins Section 1, undefeated, McCaskey with 1 loss. Section 2, Ephrata beats Conestoga Valley.
Wow, Bucks.
That head-to-head meet that we talked about a couple weeks ago decided that one. Ephrata 7-0. Section 3, Octorara, who we have not talked about
Good
much
for them.
in track, but they're really a good, solid team overall.
Nice.
And they beat Donegal, which finished second with 1 loss, but they beat them pretty handily. Octorara really had a good year. On the girls' side, of course, McCaskey wins it, undefeated. Cedar Crest with 1 loss, all decided on Monday. Section 2, Ephrata. Listen to this. Ephrata goes 7-0. Manheim Central goes 6-1. Head-to-head, 76-74.
Oh.
Ephrata could not be closer.
Wow.
That's how that section was decided.
Wow.
And in Section 3, Elko with a really nice. They went undefeated with a really nice team. A lot of good kids in the field events. I don't know if they're going to have a lot of gold medals this weekend, but a good overall team with a lot of nice pieces. So that's track. At Hempfield, Friday and Saturday, the league meet. The following week, districts at Shippensburg University. The week after that, states at Shippensburg University. We're going to come up. We're going to have a big presence in those events, to say the least.
No doubt. Boys volleyball?
Yes.
Okay. We've reached the finish line in boys volleyball. Thursday night is the last night of league play. There's a lot going on. Here we go. Section 1, Warwick is your champ. Warriors are 11-0. They'll go for 12-0 on Thursday against Manheim Township. They've been fantastic. Cedar Crest is in second, 8-3. Falcons play Thursday night at home against Conestoga Valley. Hempfield, they're done. They finished their section schedule. They have the bye on Thursday. They're 8-4. Cedar Crest needs to beat CV to finish second and get the playoff spot. If CV beats Crest, Crest and Hempfield would both be 8-4. It'd go to the tiebreaker. Hempfield and Crest split. Hempfield beat Cedar Crest on Tuesday night. Covered that. Hempfield won 3-0. If they're tied and they're 1-1 in the season, it goes to District 3 power rating through Thursday's matches. Going into Thursday, it looks like Crest will be number 5 and Hempfield will be number 7 by 2 spots for the final tiebreaker. If Crest wins and beats CV, they're in as the number 2. If Crest loses, then it gets a little hairy. Then somebody will have to do the math and crunch the numbers, and we'll see what it spits out.
The district power rating has become like an all-purpose tiebreaker in all sports because you can go to the 11th decimal point.
Yes,
I mean, it's almost mathematically impossible
Literally.
for it to not break the tie.
This may be the craziest stat of the year. I believe the league boys volleyball started in 97, 98, late 90s, 97 or 98. Okay. Hempfield has never missed the LL playoffs.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Never. And they're a long shot here to get in. They're going to need CB to win and some funky things to happen with those But that's staggering that they have never missed the playoffs. It's just
staggering, but not surprising.
But not surprising because their program is fantastic, and they do boys volleyball right over there. But they're number 7 in district rankings, so look out for them. I don't think anybody's going to want to play Hempfield in a week when districts start. Okay, Section 2, Manheim Central is your champ. Barons won, first time since 2019, capping 4 in a row, I think it was, for the Barons. They're the champs, 11-0. They finish up Thursday night at home against rival Garden Spot. Spartans have hit a speed bump here. They have a couple losses in a row. They lost to E-Town on Tuesday. Garden Spot and E-Town are now tied for second. They're both 8-3. Thursday, pay attention, Central at Garden Spot, E-Town at Cocalico. Eagles are 7-4. If Cocalico beats E-Town and if Spot loses, you'd have 3 teams that would be 8-4, Cocalico, E-Town, and Garden Spot, and then they'd have to go to power rating to decide second place there. So Section 2 runner-up is going to go right down to Thursday night, so keep an eye on that. League playoffs, semifinals next Monday. The Section 2 champ hosts this year, so that'll be Mannheim Central, and they play at the middle school. Mannheim Central Middle School, Monday night. Section 1 champ plays Section 2 runner-up. Section 2 champ plays Section 1 runner-up. Doubleheader, 5 o'clock at Mannheim Central Middle School. Finals are next Wednesday at Mannheim Township, 7 o'clock. Be there. Warwick number 2, Crest 5, Hempfield 7, CV 11, E-Town 12, Penn Manor 14 in the district rankings. 2A, Central's 3, Garden Spot's 8, Cocalico's 9, Linville Hill Christian is 10, and Independent Northern Lebanon is 12. All those teams I just mentioned would be in, but things got to play out Thursday night, and we'll see where we're at. A lot going on in volleyball.
Okay. I'm going to go baseball. This is relatively clean. The regular season is over. The playoff matchups are set. They are Thursday, the league quarterfinals, Thursday at the home fields of the 4-section champions. That is a 7 o'clock start under the lights at Ephrata, and the other 3 games are at 4:30. So let's just go through those really quick. Hempfield, which is the Section 1 champ, will host Northern Lebanon. Northern Lebanon with a first-year coach, Travis Tomey. They've hit the ball. Puncher's chance, but I think Hempfield is the favorite, I would say, in the whole thing. They've been very consistent this year. Just a lot of good players.
Northern Lebanon, Hempfield. They never really played anything.
No, that's true. It's an odd matchup in that way. It's not throw out the record books when these two get together at all. But Northern Lebanon had a nice year. Everybody was trailing Lancaster Catholic in Section 4. Anyway, this is Hempfield's 14th section title, and they've been really solid all year. Game 2, now this is as they appear on the bracket, so games 1 and 2 will play each other in the semis. This is LS, Section 2 runner-up, 14-6, 12-3. Mannheim Central, Section 3 champion, so it's at Mannheim, 14-6, 12-3. Central has won 10-11 since their infamous reboot in April, and they've been really good. These two teams played in March, and LS won 2-1.
Wow!
They did not beat Jared Murray, the pitching ace who has been as good as anybody in our league the last 2 years, and that's something that Central has going for them, is they have the stud pitcher. Game 3 here is Warwick versus Lancaster Catholic.
Wow.
Warwick has not had a great year, coming off of a phenomenal year last year where they won the state championship. Lancaster Catholic, which went to the state finals a year ago and won the district title a year ago, but lost in the LL quarterfinals to Ephrata 11-1. 5 mercy rule game. So I was talking to their coach yesterday. He said our seniors are very aware of that. They remember that pretty vividly, was the word he used. So it'll be interesting to see Catholic, which has been really dominant against smaller schools in Section 4, take on one of these big, one of these big 6As.
What's their winning streak?
16 in a row. 16 in a row and 15-0 in the section.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the other game is the last game is Donegal, which was the runner-up to Central in Section 3 and got swept by them in their head-to-head against Ephrata, 16-4, 12-3, Section 2 champion. That'll be under the lights at the War Memorial Field, and then the winners of these games will play in the semifinals on Saturday, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. at Ephrata at War Memorial Field, and then the championship game is Monday, 7 o'clock start at Clipper Magazine Stadium.
Clip Joint and the War.
Yep.
Cool venues.
Yep, venues, baby.
Our baseball kids are kind of
ball yards,
lucky to play in the places they get to play in.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun to watch. I remember last year that was a lot of fun at that league championship game, which was Ephrata and Township. That was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Okay, lacrosse. Much like baseball, kind of cut and dried here with boys and girls lacrosse. Girls first. Let's mention this off the top. Gwen Varley. This stat just blew my mind when I saw it on Twitter, and I had to do some research and look around. Gwen Varley at Garden Spot. Covered her in basketball. She hoops it up. She scored 97 goals this year. 97. She needed 10.
Must be missing something. That seems impossible.
That's a lot of goals, man. She needed 10 against CV in their regular season finale the other night, and she only got 7. Okay. Yeah. 97 goals for Gwen Barley. Tip of the cap. I did get a note. Hannah Custer, one of our favorites.
Yeah, I saw that note. Yeah.
Yeah, she had 100 goals a couple years ago for Cocalico. She was on another
But
level.
she's not. Yeah, she's almost not human.
Yeah, she's playing D1 at Richmond. Good for her. But 97 goals for Gwen Varley. Tip of the cap there. Okay, LL girls semifinals. Here's the matchups. May 16th at Conestoga Valley. 5:30. Section 2 champ LS plays Section 1 runner-up Hempfield in the nightcap. 7:30 start. Section 1 champ Manheim Township, having another great season, takes on Section 2 runner-up Cocalico. Districts, Manheim Township's number 1 in 3A, Hempfield's 2, Penn Manor's 9, they would all be in. 2A, LS is 2, Cocalico is 11. Boys lacrosse, LL League semifinals are set up. Also May 16th at Ephrata at the middle school, really cool complex over there. First game, 5 o'clock. Section 2 champ Cocalico plays Section 1 runner-up Hempfield. At 7 o'clock, Section 1 champ Manheim Township plays Section 2 runner-up LS. According to our stats and our standings, Cocalico, with 2 matches left here in the regular season, is 14-0, and they're the only undefeated lacrosse team, boys or girls, in the LL. So we'll see if the Eagles can finish it off here and then be undefeated going into the playoffs. Districts, District 3, 3A, Townships 1, Hempfield's 5, Penn Manor's 9, CV's on the bubble line at 12. District 3, 2A, Cocalico's 1 at undefeated, and LS is number 3. So lacrosse playoffs right around the corner.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, softball. This is a similar format to baseball, but the picture is much more muddied. There's still games that have to be played Wednesday tonight as we speak. But as far as and the league playoffs are Friday, whereas in baseball they're Thursday. Same deal though. Quarterfinals. Section champions host those games. As far as the section races, Solanco in Section 2, Donegal in Section 3. Northern Lebanon in Section 4 have run away with their section titles, as we've been talking about that all year. They're rolling, and they are on great rolls in recent years. All 3 of those programs. Section 1 was a goofy kind of a pennant race that had a goofy kind of ending.
Yes.
For most of the year, Warwick seemed like they were in control of it. Hempfield kind of reeled them in late. On Friday, which was the second last night of the regular season, Hempfield beat Township 3-2. Penn Manor beats Warwick 3-1, and all of a sudden Hempfield has a 1-game lead with 1 game left going into Monday, 2 days ago as we speak. Well, on Monday, Penn Manor beats Hempfield 11-1. Wow. Whoa. And Warwick beats Cedar Crest. Warwick holds serve. They beat Cedar Crest 13-1. So now we have co-champions in Section 1, Hempfield and Warwick. Hempfield gets the number 1 seed, the section champion as far as the bracket in the playoffs, as by virtue of having won 2 of the 3 head-to-head meetings. But kind of a good, and we still have we have a couple sections where second place has still not been determined,
with 1
and
game
will be
left.
determined tonight. With games that are going on tonight. There are a lot of teams. I mean, there's a lot of teams that were still in it. I don't want to try to, do another 10 minutes here, but that's where we are in softball. And again, the postseason begins on Friday.
There you go.
All right,
We did it.
we did it. Somehow we did it. All right, gang. This has been the LL Spring Sports Roundtable, brought to you by Substitute Teacher Service. For Jeffrey Reinhardt, I'm Michael Gross. See ya.